Hello folks, welcome back to the forge. Some of you may have seen the short I posted the other day. This is the first time I've lit the forge since my father died on Sunday. I appreciate y'all being here with me. I was privileged to have been the son of a good father who taught me to love to work with my hands. Today, if Lord will, we're going to forge a blade I haven't forged in many years. We used to sell them at the shows. The design was called a pawpaw. Was a design that my dad sat down and drew out. It's 3/16 high carbon steel, a little bit of a clip point blade, almost like a Bowie. Around a 4-inch blade, around a 4-inch handle. Like I said, I haven't done one in years. We're going to get some steel hot and see what happens. Our starting stock is a piece of 3/16 by 1 1/4 1084 high carbon steel. I know I've got too much stock, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And that little piece right there is just a piece of scrap that I've marked 4 inches on. So I've got a guideline. And I'm marking what's going to be the handle to blade transition. I'm going to start off on this one by forging in the handle and getting it the right length. As I said before, it's been a long time since I forged one of these. And we're going to get as close as we can. Still forging in the handle to blade transition. This blade won't have a finger well per se, like a lot of my blades do. It's going to be more just a taper from the heel of the blade to the hilt of the handle. Forge in a little contour. Try to keep everything flat, everything of even thickness. I know this handle's going to be too long. That's okay, because I have every plan to just whip it off. There's our measuring stick back. I do have a steel ruler I could use to do that, but it wasn't close to hand, so there we go. Gives me an idea. All right. We'll get out the hardy cutter and just whip that handle off to the right length. I'm actually cutting it a little short of what I want the finish length to be because I expect it to stretch when I hammer in the distal taper. There we go. Just going to dress this handle up a little bit. Just trying to get close. I just don't have my head into it today to really forge clean, so now we're going to mark the blade and whip it off at an angle. And that angle will run from the spine down to what's going to be the edge of the knife. And it wants to be stubborn and not quite break off. That's okay, I'll get it. There we go. Now I'm just going to even up the blade, and I want to make my taper a little more steep, not much. Didn't cut quite sure. Oh, look at that big cloud of smoke. That's because the bottom of my boot's smoking because I stepped on that hot piece of steel I just cut off. There we go. A little more angle out there to make the clip point. Still want that blade edge even. Make sure our thickness stays where we want it. And use the corner of the anvil, or the edge of the anvil, to draw down the heel. Keep it even in the center. And we'll start working the bevel down the length of the blade. A little bit at a time. Don't want to do too much at a time, because if you do and you get a bend or a curve in it, it can get out of hand in a hurry. So a little bit at a time. And if it does start to bend, go ahead and straighten it out. Now, as I'm forging that bevel in, I am leaving the edge a little bit thick because I need to use the face of the anvil to kind of even things up, and I don't want to deform the edge too much doing that. Because, well, honestly, my mind's just not quite with it today to do the cleanest forging in the world, but we're going to get a good die shape, and I'll clean it up a little on the grinder. There we go. We'll even that edge up a little. It's actually pretty nice. It's not too bad. Just a little touch on the grinder, and I think it's going to be all right. Just got to play around and try to get most of the hammer marks out. Clean up the profile mainly. Yep, I do believe that'll do. All right, we're all finished up. Did have to do a little cleanup of the profile on the grinder, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with that for not having forged one in probably 4 years. I believe that'll do. Thanks for watching. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Have a great night and God bless.